Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? It is Thursday, January 25th, 2018. People, look, I don't know another way to put this. What we are witnessing here in the market, especially this morning, is a crime scene in progress. There is no doubt about this, and I want to talk about a whole bunch of things. As I am doing this video blog, the stock market is negative across the board. However, about 20 minutes ago, all three major indices were substantially higher. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up triple digits. Then, bam, big time reversal. The dollar, people, is getting decimated. The value on the Dixie is 88.72 and dropping. Bonds are also under pressure here. The U.S. 10-year yield is 2.662, again, as I am doing this video blog. We're seeing some of the fallout here from what came out of Mnuchin's mouth yesterday, with the U.S. now kind of abandoning a strong dollar policy and adopting a stable dollar. Let me ask you, Mr. Mnuchin, where is the stability here? The dollar has been plunging all throughout 2017 and accelerating here, Mr. Mnuchin. So where's the stable dollar? Can you explain that to me, please? Because I'd be willing to bet I know exponentially more than you do about this market, and I believe my followers also know a lot more than you. Look, let me explain this a little more clear, people, what's going on here, and it really bothers me. So we got this supposed tax cut that's supposed to help the middle class. Meanwhile, we get this stable dollar policy. It's a net loss for the middle class. You understand? Oh, we're going to give you a tax cut, but we're going to just rip the purchasing power of the dollar right from under you, so you're going to be paying more for everything. You know, let me just say that real quick. Commodities across the board are higher, except for, I'll give you two guesses, gold and silver, which were higher in the pre-market. This is, again, a crime scene. I was talking to both your friend and mine yesterday on the phone late at night, going off the deep end, and I said, Greg, I said, you see what happened to gold and silver today? Nice gains. I said, watch tomorrow. They're going to hammer them. Well, that's what they're doing now. Again, no matter what happens here to the dollar, I think they're going to find a way to keep the prices of gold and silver suppressed until there's literally none left to grab. And even then, they'll probably try to suppress it some other way. It's insane. So what we're witnessing here, and this is another thing that really bothers me, and it should bother you. How many of you think it's too far-fetched to say, and I talked about this yesterday, that this new policy regarding the dollar, the stable dollar policy, that Mnuchin didn't broadcast this to all the major banks who were shorting the dollar this entire time? Well, it looked like it was going to rebound over and over again. How many of you currency traders out here got burned because of that? Material inside information, people, that Mnuchin leaked to the banks. That's what happened here. There's no other explanation for this, in my opinion. And I think, I'm like I said yesterday, I am damn good at putting together dynamics to come up with a conclusion that is logical. So that's what I think is going on here. We have corruption to the highest order. We have a market that is without any doubt an ongoing crime across the board. And look, this action that we saw here in the market, I was talking to a trader friend of mine this morning, JP. Anyway, I was explaining to him, like, this gap up that we had this morning. I said, watch the market. His futures are way up. I said, I don't like it when they gap up like this. I'm going to sit back and watch and look what happened. You know what? While I got you here, let me see what the market's doing so I can give you an update here. All right, the Dow is now up fractionally. NASDAQ is up fractionally. S&P 500 is flat. And we got the Russell 2000 down as well. Unbelievable, I'll tell you. Look, my advice is stay out of this market for a little while. Let this just play out here. Let them all play with themselves right now, because that's what's really going on. And then once this bleeds out, then we'll look for a better spot to get into this market, because this is just out of control. And there's no opportunities here as far as I'm concerned. Again, I am a conservative trader. You see I have nothing open here. I will sit back and wait to strike at exactly the right moment. This is how I'm able to keep my losing trades to a fraction of my winners. And you all know that this is true, because I've been posting every single position at the moment I enter them and the moment I exit them all over my social networks. So no troll can argue with my success. It is frankly, I think, better than anybody else could do. And that's only because I'm conservative, I'm patient, and I know when to strike, because I look for the right times for everybody. I feel like this is a responsibility of mine for all of you. And we're gonna win. We are not gonna let this ongoing crime scene beat us. There's just no way that's gonna happen on my watch. I can promise you that. All right, so look, I hope I covered some interesting and important topics here. The dollar, people, is a dying asset right now. Mnuchin, President Trump, is going to make sure that happens. They're trying to use the weaker dollar to push stocks higher. They're also trying to say, hey, you know what, the dollar is weakening. We want the dollar weaker. Meanwhile, we understand there's also another dynamic going on here. That is, the Federal Reserve is still buying bonds to prop up that bond market through any means necessary. This is another reason why you can expect the dollar to continue to bleed off. It's going to be very nice for people in a relatively short period of time when they go to the gas station and it's like skyrocketing. When they try to go to the store and buy milk and bread and all those prices are skyrocketing. The scam that they are pushing down our throats. They're trying to tell you, and I posted this yesterday as well, that there's a housing shortage. That's why housing prices are going up. Oh, and oil is skyrocketing because there's deficits in the supply chain. Are you kidding me? These are lies. These are absolute, unadulterated lies. It's only because the dollar is getting decimated at this particular time here. And I'll tell you, I would not be surprised. And Mnuchin, this freak, okay? Mnuchin, that's what he is, and that's who you are, Mr. Mnuchin. I hope this makes it to you. I'm sure you've been called worse. In fact, I am certain you've been called worse. You're threatening the U.S. dollar status as a world reserve, which came out of your mouth yesterday. You said, oh, I believe the dollar deserves to be the reserve currency. You know what that is telling me, Mr. Mnuchin? That is telling me that you are concerned that the dollar may lose its reserve status. And I think you, Mr. Mnuchin, just opened the door for that to be a possibility, as well as a possible debt downgrade for the United States, which, if one of these credit rating agencies was actually a real entity and not a puppet of the government, well, does anybody believe that the U.S. would have a AAA credit rating? Of course not. It's insane. It would be in junk status as far as I'm concerned. And it's going to get worse. All right, look, I know I'm going off at the deep end here, but I think I've spoken a lot of truths here. If you think that's true, please help this guy out. Again, share this video. Give me a thumbs up. Let people hear this, because you're not going to hear this and anywhere else, I don't think. Anyway. All right, I'll see you later. At the end of the day, we're going to wrap this all up, and it's going to be interesting. Over and out.